Hello, viewers. It's Bulldog. Just a quick little video tutorial. Show the typical loadout that I normally use for my role within TFA, which is the engineer role. So we'll start first off with weapons, or the primary weapon. On the left here you can see the list of all the primary weapons in the game, plus the mods that we're using on our mission mod pool. My preference is, I'll type it in the search bar, the G27. Depending on what camouflage I'm using or whether it's night or day, you can either have an all black or a version with the tan furniture. Also, they come with the option of a 40mm grenade launcher under the barrel. I'm not trained on using grenade launchers, so I just normally go for the normal G27. Excuse me. I'll go for a black one. G27 is basically a shorter version of the German G28 designated marksman's rifle. It's 7.62 ammunition. It has so it's got a decent range on it, and as you can see, comes standard with irons, with the typical Hecklerkoch iron sights. There's the drum iron sight, rear sight, and a post. The post can be folded down. The rear is usually removed if using optics. Optics I generally go for is on the right hand side here. All the attachments you can fit to the rifle. And this is the one I normally use, the SU-230 PVS MRDS. This is a 4-in-1 sight, which I will demonstrate shortly. The next attachment you can put on, should you wish to, are laser sights, laser designators, torches, and what have you, which goes usually on top or around the side of the barrel. I'm just going to use a standardish black laser with a PEC 15 with a 952 torch. Muzzle attachments. This is where you find your suppressors. These are all suppressors and flash hiders, muzzle brakes, compensators that you can attach to the barrel. I normally go for the FN MAG 58 flash hider. That is a pretty good one to use. Any of the suppressors, I usually go for an SDN6 up at the top here. Bipod, you can fit a bipod to this, which helps when you are behind cover It helps stabilise the rifle. Also, if you're lying prone on the ground. And I normally go for a Harris. Okay. Next one is ammunition. You get standard ball, armor piercing, so especially useful if you're up against people with body armor and also light armored vehicles. Infrared, DIM is a tracer round, infrared tracer round. SD is subsonic for use with the silencer or suppressor rather, which is not we don't use normally. Standard tracer, which will be a visible tracer, visible to the naked eye. The IR is only visible if you've got night vision goggles or sights. And lastly, the LR, which I believe is long range. So a excuse me, more for a DMR type role. Okay, handgun. Always advisable to carry a backup handgun. As you can see, there's loads to choose from. These also have can have attachments fitted. I generally go for the Glock 17 Gen 5 from the MPP mod. Ammunition on this one, I always go for 147 full metal jacket, 147 grain. That's the heaviest heavy bullet. You can't fit a bipod. Suppressors you can fit if you're in a sort of stealth situation. Outside that, I normally go for a compensator, radiant compensator. Underneath the barrel you can fit various flashlights, lasers. So that's entirely up to you. But if you're at night and then you are using night vision, I would use the an IR one. Otherwise, entirely up to you, or you can just leave it clean. You can also fit sights. They're all pretty much the same, just a single polar point sight. So I'll just fit a Trigicon to it. Okay. Launcher. This is your anti-tank weapons. I'm not anti-tank. I don't usually come in the anti-tank role, so I would normally just take a one-shot anti-tank launcher. Usually, even an ILAW, the ILAW, well, if that's not available, the 136 heat. So I've got an ILAW here, so we'll use HEDP, high explosive, dual purpose. Right. Headgear, again, is personal preference. In this case, I'm going to sort by ballistic protection. Okay, when you do that, up here, the weakest are at the top, and the strongest helmet. Like, it gives you the most ballistic protection away from bullets. It's down at the bottom. That's this one. As you can see, it's pretty good ballistic protection. It also gives you good explosive resistance. Hearing protection, not much. Well, nothing. You normally have to wear earplugs with this to protect your hearing. But what I generally go for is these enhanced combat helmets. Let's go for a snake skin. Yeah, this type comes complete with a headset, so that gives you your hearing protection, and a microphone for your radio, which I'll show you later. Uniform, again, personal preference, or if you're in a limited arsenal, we usually run limited arsenals on missions. You can pick and choose what you want. For now, I am going Cry G3 Multicam Tropic, which is a sort of jungle version of the standard multicam that most militaries are using at the moment. That's that. You can also put stuff in it. I don't get much of a load, about £7 of kit that you can stuff in your pockets. I generally start off down on the bottom now. This is all the stuff that you can stuff in your pockets, in your Bergen, and in your webbing. So with the uniform, small and light stuff is what I usually go for. If it's night time, I'll include an IR strobe. Earplugs, always take a set of them along. What else we got here? Yeah, nothing else I really need for a normal mission. Next, medical. I normally carry my medical stuff, personal for use on myself, in my clothing. So starting off with bandages, I usually carry basic, elastic, and packing. As you can see, the bar here shows you how much room you got left in your kit as you load it. A couple of EpiPens, morphine, usually go 4. Painkillers I don't normally take with me because they're not that good. Sutures, useful for when the medic comes along to stitch you up, so I always carry at least 10 of those. And tourniquets. Tourniquets can be a lifesaver. I take 4, 1 for each limb. These will stop you bleeding out too fast if your medic's too far away. So you can slap a tourniquet on, start medicing yourself, and once the medic gets to you and lets you know to take them off, you can take them off and it'll go back into your inventory. Blood I normally take, but that goes in my backpack. So now I normally take 20 of each of the bandages. Okay, and that's all the medical I'll take. I've still got a bit of space there. Rations, we don't normally do, deal with rations. That is an option that can be turned on where you have to eat and drink, but we don't bother with that. Tools. In the tools, remember, you've got various tools that you can use. In my clothing, I usually carry map tools. That enables you to mark maps, and that is about it from here. Yeah, there's nothing else I need there. These range tables are for artillery and mortars, and other bits and pieces there which we don't need don't carry, which I don't carry in my uniform. So I've still got a little bit of space, so I may carry a couple of spare Glock mags. Not those ones, but the 147s. Okay, so that'll be enough for the uniform. Vest. Excuse me. Vest, that's your load bearing equipment, webbing, whatever you like to call it. Ballistic protection. Right, let's go down the bottom. So SPC MDF Tang Crewman is the best, but you can't carry much in it. So I'm going to scroll back up. Come back up to this lot, the VSM stuff, which is what generally gets picked for missions. And now we want multicam Tropic. You've got different types, different passes and configurations, and different positions for your pistol pouch. Excuse me. I generally like to carry a lot of ammunition. Breacher is what you normally get given as an engineer. I don't like that because you get these silly shotgun on the back which you can't use. So I normally go for a gunner. It gives you a nice big load. This is paraclete, so your pistol's is shown on your leg, and you got a nice. There's your radio. There's got a nice amount of carrying capacity. So grenades and ammunition is only what I carry in my vest. So scroll down. Smoke grenades, L with the and hand grenades. Anything with a nail in front of it is British. And the smoke grenades tend to last a lot longer than the M18s, which are American. I usually carry two blue smokes for marking friendly position. A couple of whites for cover, and two L2 A1 hand grenades for offensive room clearing and things like that. I can actually put 4 in. It gives me a nice lot of space for magazines. Another couple of Glock magazines, and load up on our armor piercing for the primary. 19 mags, one in the weapon, 20 mags, 20 times 20, that's 200 rounds you've got ready to go. Okay, backpack. I normally, being an engineer, I need to carry explosives and some other tools, so I normally go for a carry-all, which has got it's not the best carrying capacity. There are a couple which are larger, but a carry-all is a decent all-rounder. If I can just find carry-all, fastland, all different types of camouflage you can get. I'm looking for multicam tropic. If you're having trouble finding anything, always use the search bar. There we go, multi-train tropic carry-all. That's what it looks like. So in here, going back to medical, I am going to carry 500 mils of blood, 5 of, to start out with. I no need to use surgical kits because I'm not medical qualified. Again, field rations we don't do. Tools. Now, as an engineer, my main job is to defuse explosives and mines, lay demolition charges and set them off, and vehicle repair. So for that I will need a defusal kit. Also pack in an entrenching tool for digging in if we have to, a fortification tool for building sandbag emplacements, M152 firing device, has a greater range than the M57, so I always take one of them. That's for setting off the explosives. A maglite, torch, map tools I've already got in my clothing. Mine detector, very absolutely essential for the engineer role. I also take a toolkit that enables me to repair vehicles, but it does take up a lot of space, as you can see. And now the meat and potatoes, the explosives. A lot of explosives to choose from. I prefer using the M112 demolition block, and I normally carry 5. Okay, most that'll get you through most demolition situations, which I'll come on to in a later video. You've also got mines you may be tasked That's as part of a mission to lay mines, anti-tank and anti-personnel. You've also got TNT charges. I will sometimes carry a couple of 75-gram TNT charges to help clear mines that I cannot defuse, and I'll go into that into more detail in a future video. So that's my basic loadout for an engineer that I would take. Again, this is it will be dependent on the mission, whether you've got a limited arsenal. So weaponry may be different. You may be limited to a single type of weapon, but that's just how you have to roll. While you're here in the Ace arsenal, you can try your weapons out. Just hit try and it brings you into here. Now I'm gonna go pro, and I'll go through the different why I like this site. It's 4-in-1. So basically you've got this dual zoom reticle, plate control, and right mouse button. That's a full zoom in. Again, you get the close quarters red dot, and finally backup iron sights, which are, the front sight is a little bit obscured by the red dot, but it's still usable. And we'll just take a couple of shots on this guy, which I know is about 500 out. Okay, that was slightly, so aim slightly right. Maybe 400 will be do the best. Ooh. Green lines will show you where your bullet's going. So that's going overhead. Right, so this guy I know is about 200, so aim straight on with the red dot. Headshot. Okay, well that concludes this tutorial, or demonstration rather. If you like the content on the channel, please leave a comment, subscribe, share it out, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you all.